How to fix cannot open second save file in Spider-Man Remastered. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we are tackling a frustrating issue where players cannot open a second save file in Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered on PC. During our comprehensive testing, we found that this problem frequently occurs when multiple users try to play on the same computer using the Epic Games launcher. Often, the first player creates a save file and starts the game, but the option to start a new game simply disappears for the second player. Our team analyzed this interface behavior and developed a complete diagnostic sequence to restore your missing save slots. The primary solution involves navigating the main menu interface carefully, as the standard New Game button is replaced dynamically. We discovered that players must look at the bottom right corner of the screen and use the Select Profile option. Clicking this profile selector allows you to switch to an empty slot and bypass the missing New Game button completely. If the profile selector is unresponsive, we need to inspect the Windows document directory where the game stores local data. Navigate to your Documents folder and locate the Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered directory to ensure it has the correct read and write permissions. Right-click the folder, select Properties, and verify that the read-only attribute is entirely unchecked. Sometimes, the Epic Games Cloud synchronization conflicts with the creation of new local profile slots. At Teknobalta, we recommend opening your launcher settings and temporarily disabling the Cloud Saves feature for this specific title. Launch the game offline, create your second profile, and then re-enable the Cloud Sync to force an upward sync. The launcher might lack the necessary administrative privileges to write a secondary profile configuration file to your drive. Close the Epic Games client completely, right-click its desktop shortcut, and choose Run as administrator before booting the game. This ensures the application has full systemic authority to generate new save data structures. Windows Defender often blocks games from altering files in the Documents folder through its Controlled Folder Access security feature. Our team advises opening Windows Security, navigating to Ransomware Protection, and adding the game's executable file to the list of allowed applications. This prevents the operating system from silently blocking the creation of a second save state. Third-party antivirus software operates similarly and might quarantine the specific temporary files generated when you select a new profile. Access your Security Suite's exclusion settings and whitelist the entire installation directory of Spider-Man Remastered. We confirmed this immediately resolves phantom save slot issues caused by aggressive real-time scanning. Corrupted user interface files can cause the Select Profile button to vanish or malfunction entirely. Open your game library, click the three dots next to the title, and execute the Verify Files command to check for missing assets. The launcher will automatically replace any broken interface components necessary for save management. Microsoft OneDrive frequently hijacks the default Documents folder, locking game save files during background synchronization processes. Pause your OneDrive syncing temporarily from the taskbar icon before launching the game to see if the second save slot becomes accessible. If this works, you will need to exclude the game's save folder from OneDrive's backup routine permanently. The Epic Games launcher relies on cached web data that can occasionally break how it authenticates local user profiles. Press the Windows key and R simultaneously, type localappdata enclosed in %signs, and delete the Epic Games Launcher folder's webcache subdirectories. Restarting the client after this clearing process forces a fresh pull of your account's saved data states. It sounds incredibly basic, but a critically full primary storage drive will prevent the allocation of even tiny configuration files. We verified that maintaining at least 5 gigabytes of free space on your system drive ensures that temporary swap files operate correctly. Delete unnecessary downloads or empty your recycling bin to give the game room to breathe. The game generates a specific configuration file that tracks which profile was last active. Navigate to your saved directory and move the usersettings file to your desktop as a backup, forcing the game to generate a fresh one upon the next launch. This reset often restores the default main menu state, allowing the profile selector to appear correctly. When multiple people share a single PC, utilizing separate Windows user accounts is the most robust method for isolating game data. Create a new local Windows profile for the second player and log into the Epic Games launcher from that fresh environment. This guarantees complete separation of local application data and prevents any save slot overlap. Outdated graphics drivers can cause specific user interface elements, particularly overlapping menus like the profile selector, to render invisibly. We highly recommend using Display Driver Uninstaller in safe mode before installing the latest stable release for your hardware. A clean graphical environment ensures you are not missing buttons simply due to rendering bugs. Background applications like peripheral lighting software or overlays can interfere with game input and interface responsiveness. Perform a Windows clean boot by disabling all non-Microsoft services in the System Configuration utility. Booting the game in this minimal state helps identify if another program is blocking your ability to click the profile selection tool. The background service responsible for bridging your local game with Epic servers might be corrupted or outdated. Navigate to your control panel, uninstall Epic Online Services, and let the launcher automatically reinstall the framework upon restarting. This repairs the underlying infrastructure required for profile validation and save file creation. Underlying operating system corruption can subtly break how software interacts with your storage drives. Open an elevated command prompt and run the sfc scannow command to repair any damaged Windows components. Restoring these core system files ensures that file allocation processes for new game saves function exactly as intended. In rare cases, the Windows registry loses track of the exact physical location of your user documents folder. We utilized the Registry Editor to verify that the personal folder string matches the actual directory where the game expects to write data. Correcting this path allows the game to find and populate the secondary save slot directory seamlessly. By systematically applying these advanced troubleshooting methods, you can successfully bypass interface bugs and restore full functionality to your game saves. We encourage you to share your results and let us know which specific diagnostic step resolved the profile selector issue for your system. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.